This tutorial illustrates the functionality that is available to someone configured as a sales account manager. The user will enter their email address together with their password and click on the Sign In button to access the system. The My Work screen will appear as the default screen, highlighting information that a user may find useful. For example, the actions and tasks that need to be completed in the current week. It also shows any overdue actions that should have been completed prior to this week. You can click on the individual links to drill into the individual items, or in the current week, you simply click on an item to edit that item. To maintain your customer and contact information, click on the Contacts tab and select Contact Management. You can use the screen to filter and maintain client and client contact information. You can create your own filters. Clicking on the search button will invoke the search. Any data that matches the criteria you've entered will appear on the screen. By clicking on an individual item, the tabs at the bottom of the screen refresh, for example, showing all of the projects that relate to this client, any of the competitor knowledge base entries that exist, meeting notes, any sales opportunities that you're progressing for that client, any sales proposals that you've issued for that client, any sales actions that relate to that client, and also you can enter in significant updates. We can cover this later in the tutorial. To edit a client, you simply double click on the individual record. I've got the typical information you'd wish to store against a client, the name and address and the email address and so on. I can enter in notes against the client. I can have a look at the individual contacts that exist within that client. I can view which projects I've carried out for that client, and I click on Close. To maintain the sales pipeline, I click on Contacts and I click on the Sales Opportunity Management tab. Similar to the client contact screen, I've got a filter across the top of the screen. I can see all of the sales opportunities that match that criteria appear at the top of the screen. By clicking on an individual opportunity, I can see all of the information that relates to this opportunity at the bottom of the screen. So for example, I can see any sales proposals I've issued. We also have the concept of entering in a significant update. So typically, this marks a significant event in a sales campaign. You can schedule any sales actions. You can enter in meeting notes. And also, if you wish to update your competitor knowledge base, you can also do it from here. Clicking on an individual opportunity will edit this opportunity. In this particular configuration, I would associate a sales opportunity with the client. If the client doesn't exist, I can click on the plus button to add in a new client, or if I wish to edit this client, I can click on the edit button. Once I select a client, I can select a contact within that client. I would enter in a summary description of this opportunity. I would typically use this to appear on reports. If I wish to enter in more information, I can type in the information at the bottom of the screen. Each sales opportunity will have a lifecycle entry. Typically, when you first enter it, it may be an initial inquiry. When you've met the customer and you've confirmed that they have a budget and they have timelines and a project team in place, it may progress to being a qualified opportunity. You may wish to monitor all the opportunities where you've submitted a proposal and all the opportunities that are awaiting a final decision. A sales opportunity will have a forecast date, indicating when you expect this deal to close. And finally, a sales opportunity will also have a deal value, indicating the commercial value of this deal. We have two other attributes. One is indicating the risk status of a deal. So for example, if it's with a new customer and you haven't dealt with this customer before, that is potentially a high risk deal. Whereas if it's repeat business from an existing customer, you may wish to flag this as a low risk deal. A deal can have a status assigned to it. So a deal is either progressing, a deal may have been progressing but for some reason has stalled, but you expect that it may come back online later on. A deal may get terminated for no reason other than the customer decided not to pursue this particular initiative. Or you'll flag a deal as having been won or lost. Based on this information, the system provides a suite of pre-packaged reports where you can extract across the company all the deals you've lost, all the deals that are stalled, all the deals that you've won. It could show you the forecasted deals or the opportunity pipeline. You could extract all of the proposals that have been issued in a given period of time. You could look at all of the outstanding scheduled sales tasks, i.e. sales tasks that were scheduled and have not been complete. You can also extract the significant deal updates. So a very useful way of reviewing the sales pipeline is to print out the sales opportunity report together with the significant deal updates, say for the previous week or for the previous month. And it'll provide all the information you need to review the sales pipeline. For more information on the sales account management functionality that this solution provides, please refer to the user guides.